Hello guys, it's 1ABR here. I have came here to tell you that Rec Room is unfortunately shutting down. So to most of us, this probably isn't a massive surprise because I'm supposing some of us don't really care that much about Rec Room. I kind of care about Rec Room because it was the first VR game I downloaded, besides for Gorilla Tag, and also I played it on console for a while, and I met some of my best VR friends on Rec Room, and yeah, it's just kind of sad to hear it's getting shut down. So this isn't about just me being all sad about, oh my god, it's shutting down, it's shutting down. It's mostly about how I think it could affect some things, and also why I think it could be shutting down. But yeah, basically we're going to be going over personally why I think it's shutting down, and also how this could affect stuff, and at the end we're going to be interviewing one of my friends who you have probably seen before. Anyways, let's get on with the video. So now we are currently on why I think Rec Room is shutting down. Like, I remember a lot of Rec Room players have been complaining, and also YouTubers have been talking about how Rec Room is basically at its tipping point because they're not updating the game, and if they are updating the game, they're not giving the players anything that they like, they're not listening to their community, and they just removed stuff that the players actually liked as a tie to servers. Because of this, the Rec Room servers could potentially be like running out of players, and that's been putting like a really heavy amount on their budget because they can't run the servers anymore without there not being a lot of people on the servers. In which I feel like along with that, we can combine both of these and then make it into something that's like developer issues, which has then been putting pressure on server budgets along with their budget, then causing them to want to shut the game down. Now it's time to talk about how I think it could affect things. So number one, I especially think it could affect the VR community, because Rec Room, believe it or not, was actually one of the more popular VR games, actually pretty up there with Gorilla Tag. A lot of people also still play it. Rec Room is still pretty popular to this day. I feel like this could also affect the YouTube community along with the social media community just as a whole, because there are still Rec Room YouTubers out there. They are still making their content, and if they've been mostly centered off of Rec Room, then there goes the game that they made content out of. They're going to have to adapt to something else along with their audience, which could mean for a while their views are going to drop a bit because their viewers aren't used to that style of content. I just feel like it's just going to affect, like, also the gaming community too. Because although Roblox has been getting a lot more backlash than Rec Room, because Roblox has been, well, David Babunski, as we know, has been doing all this crappy stuff to the game, which has been making people not like the game a lot, not liking David Baszucki. But the thing is, Rec Room does not have as much backlash as Roblox right now, and I feel like with this, Roblox has more of a chance to get up ahead, get out of their drama and stuff, and they're not going to have that competitor anymore. And they're just gonna thrive more and more and more, and that's just how I feel about it. Alright, now it's time for the interview. You guys probably remember this person. You've seen him in one of my videos. So now, I present to you, Gone GT. So you probably remember him from the Little Timmy Trolling 3 video, which is the best long-form video I have posted on the channel so far, with breaking and exceeding the view amount of 200, being my first video to have potential of even getting close to hitting 500 views, and then after that potentially hitting 1K. So Gon, thank you for helping with that video, but now it's time for the interview. So now I'm going to ask you a few questions about how you feel about this, why you personally think they could be shutting down, and how do you think this is going to affect, like, stuff. And yeah, I'm just going to ask you a few questions, and I want you to answer them to the best of your ability. And yeah, here we go. Question number 1. So, how long have you been playing Rec Room?
I think around 4 to 3 years.
4 to 3 years. Alright guys, believe it or not, but I actually used to play Rec Room also, but I haven't featured it on the channel yet, and I might never feature it. But, yeah. And my next question is, so, what's your favorite thing about Rec Room?
My favorite thing is it's VR compatible and mobile compatible, though it's not like Gorilla Tag where you can only play it on your headset. Its closest thing is probably Roblox, but to be real, Roblox VR kind of sucks.
Yeah, I've seen the
But
trailer
Rec
for
Room
that
VR
stuff.
is the best VR game out there that's mobile compatibility.
Yeah, I have seen its trailer. It is buns, bud. Alright, now my third question now is, why do you think Rec Room is shutting down?
I think it's shutting down because more people are moving to Roblox, and it kind of sucks because Rec Room's just sitting there with with a total of 500 players.
Yeah, they're not.
Most of
Yeah.
them are mobile players.
And they're also not updating that game or like adding anything new to it either. Like the only updates that players are now getting is updates that they don't like. That's either adding stuff, like for example, the freaking like racing map that nobody liked, or it's taking away like the daily challenges, or taking away the weeklies, or something like that. Just taking away stuff that people like and adding stuff people don't like, and just not listening to their community. So now my next question is, how do you think this could affect like communities? I'm talking about like the internet community, the VR community, the gaming community as a whole, and just flat out the world, just any sort of community. How do you think it could affect it?
I think it could affect it like kind of hard because most people's childhoods were built on Rec Room, and a lot more stuff about Rec Room has been like impacted on people's lives. But I also think it's gonna get impacted on like gamers' lives, VR lives.
Yeah.
Because people play that as like a living. They do that for work too.
And next question is, as a Rec Room player, how do you how do you feel about this?
I feel like kind of iffy about it because most people actually play it, and they're gonna get a lot of backlash for taking it down, doing all of this stuff with it.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna get a lot of backlash.
Yeah, not like they're already getting the backlash from doing all those updates and stuff and not listening to their community. Like, we've already discussed about
it's gonna
that.
be worse than that.
Yeah, like way worse, like Roblox style. Anyways, once again, Gone. Thank you for helping with another video. I hope this blows up, and I hope you guys enjoy this. And, yeah, that's enough of Gone for now. Now let's move on to our conclusion. Alright, now it's time to talk about all of what happened and what we discussed. So, earlier we discussed about why I think it's shutting down. Then after that, I discussed what it could affect. And then we interviewed my friend Gone GT about his view on this and what he thinks is going to happen. And then he gave his view. But now, let's just bundle this stuff up. There will be a pretty big dive in the VR community, but it won't be that bad. We will eventually recover from this and get more players because, like, maybe say, like, because, I mean, Beyond Sandbox releases on April 23rd, and I know people are going to get VR headsets to play that. That's, like, biggest Sandbox game, most anticipated one, too. In which, I mean, I will say, whenever it does come out, I will play it for you guys, and I will record it. So stay tuned for that stuff. But I feel like if it does shut down, the community's gonna get over it. Sure, there will be a massive drop. It's gonna get over it. And we're gonna get some bigger VR games along the road. And yeah, it just won't be as devastating as, like, a lot of people say. But it will be devastating enough to where we'll remember this. And yeah. But anyways, this is one AVR signing off, and real quick, I do want to apologize for releasing the St. Patrick's Day video, 2 weeks after St. Patrick's Day, but at least it's out now. But yeah, subscribe!